Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about the grading systems used for climbing. Now, if you've been to our gym, you've noticed that they're different between rope climbing and for bouldering. I'll get into that in this video as well. But let's start off with rope climbing. For rope climbing, you might have seen like the 5 with like the decimal point. That's actually called the Yosemite decimal system. It was found in 1980 and it has 6 different classes. Class 1 through 2 are kind of like your hiking and your trail running that you would do at like Pine Mountain. Classes 3 and 4 are scrambling with various use of your hands as well as your feet, and in your hard 4 classes, you might even want to use a rope as well. Class 5, that's where your actual climbing is, and that's where you have like all the different decimals. Class 6, that's all your aid climbing, so it's impossible to do without aid from some other device. Now, back to Class 5, you might have noticed that there are different levels within Class 5. So like, I think our easiest one is 5.6, and then it goes up 5.7, 5.8, 5.9. And when you get to 5.10, it actually breaks down into 4 more subclasses: 510A, 510B, 510C, and 510D, each one being progressively more difficult than the next. With these grades, they exponentially increase in difficulty. The difference between a 5.7 and a 5.9 is much smaller than the difference between a 5.13A and a 5.13D, or even a 5.10A and 5.10D. They feel very different and are much more difficult than each other. That's pretty much it for the Yosemite decimal system. Now that's just the basics. Let's go on to bouldering though. It's called the V scale. V is short for vermin. It was found in the 1980s, and the easiest grade that a boulder can be is VB or VE. It stands for V easy or V beginner. Bouldering is inherently more difficult than rope climbing, so even these low levels like VB or V0 can be very challenging for someone who is just introduced to the sport. The range is from VB all the way up. I think the hardest boulder right now is a V17, which is like impossibly difficult, or at least it seems that way to me. But with boulders, they're very simple. It's just, V and then the number next to it. And these are also, increasing in difficulty as you go up. With boulders, it's a little bit different. There aren't really like 4 subgrades like A, B, C, or D like there is for rope climbing with the Yosemite decimal system. With the V scale, you have plus or minus. If, let's say you're climbing a V2 plus, the plus indicates that it is stiff or hard for the grade, whereas you're climbing a V2 minus, it might be a little soft for the grade, so it might be a little bit easier. Now, I have to preference this video by saying anywhere you go, whether it be a gym or outdoors, or even in different parts of the US or parts of the world, the boulders and the routes, their grading will not feel the same. So at our gym, some people might say our grades are soft, meaning they're too high, they need to be brought down. And some people might say our grades are very stiff, meaning they might actually be bumped up a little bit. It just depends on where they're from, what gym they're used to, and every single gym is different. And parts of around the world are different as well. And that's pretty much the basics for the Yosemite decimal system and the V scale. See you guys later.